Artist getting ready to start working on a new mural in Chicano Park. This just a week after some called the park racist and unwelcoming. 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo spoke to the artist.
In just a few months, this wall behind me will be transformed into the latest mural here at Chicano Park, a mural the community has fought hard for.
And that snake is going to be like opening its mouth.
Alicia Maria is ready to get started on her latest mural.
A community member is going to be holding another map.
It's a new public project, local students teaming up with this local artist and the Environmental Health Coalition to revamp a wall that has faded over the years.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the wait.
Azarel Canizales is a student at the Barrio Logan College Institute. Students came up with the idea for the mural last year. Since then, they've held several workshops to get community input about what should be on the wall.
With the long time that it took for this mural, I'm glad that it finally is coming true.
As any artist would, Alicia Maria won't show us the final design of the mural just yet, only parts of what it'll look like. The theme, protecting the environment.
Air quality, transportation justice, water quality, and restoration of the creeks.
Although the project was already in the works, this comes just a week after a group opposing Chicano Park spoke before the city council.
The murals are revolutionary, they're anti-American, they're pro-communism, and they're pro-Chicano nationalism.
Canizales says the mural is about celebrating history.
Moving on with this mural is going to show that nothing can really stop us. Nothing can stop the people. The people are always going to keep fighting. And once you educate someone, you can't take that away. You can't take away their education.
In Barrio Logan, Laura Acevedo, 10 News.
The complete design for the mural will be unveiled the first week of December. The community will help paint some of it, and it should be finished by next spring. Let's catch you up on the Now News feed. IKEA is recalling millions of chests and dressers after a 2-year-old boy died when one of the pieces fell on him. It's the 8th death so far. This recall started in 2016, but the company is relaunching it.
Whitefish Energy is stopping work in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico's governor voided this controversial contract. This small Montana company raised eyebrows when it got this huge job. Their CEO comes from the same small town as the Interior Secretary.
And tickets are not selling well for the Winter Olympics in South Korea. Organizers have hit just 41% of their sales targets. USA Today reporting concerns over North Korea may be a factor in this.
Yeah, already slowing things down. And right now, talk about a slowdown. Traffic should be back to normal on the 78, but as you see here, that was not the case this morning. A white pickup truck overturned on the eastbound connector to the 15 South. Traffic was backed up for miles. One of our photojournalists was caught in the aftermath as he drove in. That truck was pulling a trailer. That also flipped, causing a huge mess. Crews shut down one of the lanes to clear out all the debris. The driver, luckily, though, was not hurt. Look at this, the Girl Scouts out with a new warning. They are telling parents that your daughter does not owe anybody a hug, not even at the holidays. The Girl Scouts say telling a child that she owes someone a hug just because she hasn't seen them for a while or maybe because they gave her a gift, that sets her up for a negative experience later in life. The group points out that lessons that a girl learns when she's young can really influence how she feels about herself and her body as she gets older.
Well, this is something a lot of us may be thinking about right now with all of the accusations of sexual misconduct coming out. Well, according to RAIN, an anti-sexual assault organization, 1 in 9 girls under the age of 18 experiences sexual abuse or assault by an adult. Well, a lot of us struggle with our diets and eating healthy, but one Oakland company thinks they have the answer. The founder of Habit says your DNA should determine what you eat. The company has launched a food service delivery to do just that with personalized meals based on your own genome.
We look at the whole self, from your DNA to your blood work to how your metabolism works, combine it with your goals and aspirations around your food, and we put it all together into an algorithm and generate a personalized nutrition plan just for you.
Habit sends you a kit to gather your blood and DNA. 3 weeks later, you get your results, personal coaching, and meals made specifically for your body type.
That's really interesting. Something else that's interesting is this heat wave that we are dealing with in November. As we took a live look outside, looking toward Del Mar, a little bit of a sunset forming in the distance. It is unseasonably hot, though, all over the county. Angelica Campos is here with a look at all of these, I was going to say strange temperatures, not out of the question, but it's hot.
Yeah, it's definitely unusual.
Yeah.
Certainly not in the ordinary as far as what we typically see in the month of November. But anytime we have Santa Ana winds, we can have those kind of warm-ups. The hottest Thanksgiving ever in San Diego, 87 degrees, and we're going to be pretty close to that number by then. In Mission Bay, you can see how gorgeous it is. Clear skies all throughout the county today. The temperature is jumping between 5 to 12 degrees from the coastal areas. Close to 10 degrees hotter in San Diego right now. And then you make your way up into Ramona and there it is, 12 degrees hotter than 24 hours ago. So the temperatures at 84 degrees. Typically, we should be in the low 70s. So now we're already looking at 12 to 14 degrees above the normal. Areas like Poway 83, 84 Escondido, and 84 in El Cajon. We've had temperatures in the 90s in the past, so it's not unheard of to see this kind of warm up, but it's only related to a Santa Ana wind pattern. This one is going to be relatively weak. We're going to continue to watch the temperatures warm up even more tomorrow, and then again on Thanksgiving, the warmest day of the week will be tomorrow, Wednesday. I'll pinpoint what's ahead for the course of the evening and also whether or not we have any records for today.
All right, thanks, Angelica. Taking a live picture from Washington, D.C. right now, just after 7:30 there. A live look at the Capitol. Major immigration news. The 60,000 people the White House says need to leave the country.
Also ahead, troops are needed for the holidays.
It's a wonderful place to work for. I get to work on my physical self.
Yeah, the active jobs that pay up to $32 an hour and the veterans getting first dibs. Welcome back. Here's a live look at USS Midway. It is being turned into a wrestling ring tonight. For the first time ever, the ship is hosting a wrestling event, aptly named the Battle on the Midway. The main matchup is between the Air Force Academy and Fresno State. Kicks off tonight at 6. Tickets are $25, and reporter Hannah Mullins will be live there on the Midway at 6 o'clock on 10 News. Let's catch up right now, though. On our news feed, almost 60,000 Haitian refugees will have to leave the U.S. soon. A lot of them came here in 2010 after the massive earthquake there in Haiti. The Trump administration, though, says their immigration protections will end in May 2019.
The head of the FCC is out with a plan today to get rid of net neutrality rules. He says the internet service providers should just be transparent instead. Right now, they can't block websites, slow down connection speeds, or charge you more to get certain content faster.
And if you get car sick, you'll like this. Uber has a new plan, a new patent for a system that they say would reduce motion sickness in self-driving cars. It uses a movable seats, a pressurized airflow system, and a special light to trick your body.
A UPS lending a helping hand to several local vets this holiday season. Today, the company announcing they are hiring vets for seasonal jobs to help deliver packages. UPS also provided hygiene kits and a meal to 250 people living in Veterans Village here in San Diego. The company has pledged to hire 50,000 vets by the end of next year. They now reached out to the company and was told drivers make up to $32 an hour. Not bad.
Not bad. A 75-year-old grandma in trouble for preaching at a South Bay trolley stop. The debate over who's in the wrong.
And a fast-moving fire gobbling up homes and businesses. One woman says officials knew this would happen.
I would just love to know what they all were thinking.
The city accused of stalling evacuation so that tourists would keep spending their money.
And a new name on the FBI's most wanted list for a crime connected to the Game of Thrones. When we come back.
Live from 10 News, this is the Now San Diego.
This is a live look at Lindbergh Field where thousands will be traveling this holiday season.
Yeah, one plane after another on the runway there. Unfortunately, though, all those travelers are carrying a ton of germs. Think about it. Everything you touched at the airport, and this little dog. Security bins, check-in screens, handrails, carts. It's really a germaphobe's nightmare. There are apps, though, that can help you know what you're getting into. There's an app called Sick Weather. It uses social media to give you real-time updates on what's going around, depending on where you're going.
So you were in Baltimore, right?
Yep.
There you go. That's what you were exposed to.
Oh man, cough, well, common cold and fever. All right, at least it's not too crazy.
Not too crazy. Doctors recommend using hand sanitizers, vitamin C boosters, and of course, get plenty of sleep before you travel. Drink water instead of soda. Don't drink alcohol while you fly. If you want to stay healthy, just use that water. Flush things out, as it were. A grandmother in the South Bay facing a court appearance after she was trying to promote her faith at a local MTS station.
10 News reporter Travis Rice explains why she and others are calling it a civil liberties case.
There's a lot going on down at the border. Between the trolley and all the people, it's a place where folks mind their own business because they're going somewhere. Which is why Francisco Ariola can't understand why his grandmother got a ticket down there for something she's done for more than a decade.
Yeah, it's part of her faith, preaching to everyone, and that's, it's the busiest border crossing, so that's where she can reach most of the people.
Gloria Sanchez was cited after displaying Jehovah's Witness literature on an MTS platform.
Code under she was cited means that she can't be selling without a concession permit, but she's not selling, she's preaching her faith.
Her grandson says to make matters worse, they made sure she got the ticket.
My grandma didn't know what was going on. I said, hey, what am I signing? She said, well, you either sign or I'm going to put you in handcuffs.
It's the 75-year-old's first run-in with the law.
Yeah, she felt she was treated like a criminal. Everyone was passing by and she was surrounded by an armed guard and a code compliance inspector.
MTS wouldn't comment on the particular case, but says if you're going to spread the word down at one of their stations, you're going to need a permit for that. MTS has designated First Amendment areas at their stations, but people selling or preaching anything must check with officials first. This family knows the rules now. They just wish they would have gotten a little grace.
The point of having security in the platform is to make the passengers feel safe. I just don't see why she stood out, from the crowd as someone that's not supposed to be
in San Ysidro, Travis Rice, 10 News.
Let's catch you up on the Now News feed. The White House says President Trump and Russia's president talked on the phone today. That conversation included Syria, Iran, North Korea, and Ukraine, but they're not revealing specifics. The call comes after Russia's president met with Syria's president yesterday.
Winter is here for the man accused of hacking into HBO. He stole episodes and scripts before they even aired. Game of Thrones was also impacted. An Iranian man is now charged with the crime and also put on the FBI's most wanted list.
And this dog will make you smile. It looks like the canine named Nitro is doing push-ups next to these two officers. They're from a police department in Alabama. They say they're getting warmed up to catch any bad guys who break the law.
Well, it's been almost a year since 14 people died in some of the biggest wildfires that Tennessee has ever seen. The city of Gatlinburg, despite all this damage, is back open for business. But tonight, we are learning of a horrible new theory on what happened when those flames tore through. The Now's Chris Welch reports.
We had tables over here so the guests could sit here, enjoy downtown Gatlinburg.
Susan Stocks beams with pride when she describes her bed and breakfast. Before it burned to the ground, they'd had some of the best reviews anywhere in Gatlinburg.
We've gotten beautiful handwritten notes from guests saying, we're very sorry for what happened.
It was their dream to move to the Smoky Mountains and open the 5-guest-room Tudor Inn, a dream they made a reality in 2013.
So as opposed to dreaming your life, we lived our dream and we followed our dreams.
She remembers being here for Thanksgiving dinner.
And it's always very nice because the dining room is huge and you have a big, beautiful kitchen.
She says it in the present tense, as if she's about to walk right back up these steps to greet another guest. But that holiday would be their last at the inn.
I must say it had to be the worst year of my life.
She and her husband decided that rebuilding wasn't a viable option. And in fact, they left Gatlinburg altogether and moved to North Carolina.
You don't sleep at nights, you worry about what else has to be done or what you're going to do, or even, fire nightmares.
Stocks says part of her anguish stems from the way the city and county handled the rapidly spreading fires.
I would just love to know what they all were thinking.
She believes city officials knew the fires were spreading faster than predicted, but held off ordering a mandatory evacuation